Hello, welcome back. This is Space Engineers No Jetpack Survival. I am Prime, and we're back for another large shipbuilding video. We seem to be doing a lot of those recently, but this is a large build. It's going to take some time. I expect quite a few more episodes. So yeah, the fun never stops. Right, so last time we got a little bit of work done on some interior details and started a little bit of a catwalking system and built our battery area. Now the batteries are currently in a good position to be charging. We're going to leave them alone. I do want to make some corrections to the catwalking area because I think we overcomplicated things a little bit. Yeah, we'll explain that here. So we got this whole section here. It looks alright, looks okay. I think I was obsessed with trying to get that little wheel thing to show from down here. And to be honest, it doesn't need to. Also as well, putting the little doorway thing there kind of puts it in well, wrong way. Let's go this way. Kind of puts it in a position where it's getting really close to that piston with there and potentially could cause us some instability. It also limits our options later on. So we're going to move this across one to a more sensible location, and then we're not going to hit all the problems trying to run the catwalking across here where we're a bit unstuck. I mean, we could change that for some sort of a corridor block if we wanted to, not a problem. But we don't have to if we move everything just over one. Again, remembering that this is not a wall. Well, it is a wall, but it's not a wall going this way. We're going to bring that out around this way at some point. So all this can go over a little bit. So I think the first thing I need to do, well, set that collar correctly and just get up there and start tinkering. So first things first, we're going to have to lose that block. All this is stuck together, that's fine. We're going to have to lose that block. We're going to lose... Right, I can put that back because I've got a different idea for this. We don't need this block. Are we going to get a bit full? We're going to have to put some stuff back. Just make enough room to finish grinding that door down and still be able to actually build another one. And I'm waiting for that to fall. Guess not. Maybe it was stuck to that. That wasn't very good. Right, so that's the beginning part of what I have planned. Now, somebody told me that if I place one of these the correct way round, then it's not going to be a problem to put one of those sliding hatch doors on, well, sliding sort of glass doors on the front of it. So we're going to test that out. Also, these railings need to go. Some of this we can keep. That one, well, that one's upside down because that one's also upside down. We don't necessarily need to keep these upside down, so we're gonna have to turn these over and get these right the first time. So let's put them this way around. That doesn't need a railing. That one does need a railing on the end, just on the end. Yes. Oh no, it's the wrong way around. Let's do it this way around so we can see what we're doing. I just want one with an end railing piece. Maybe that doesn't exist. Okay, so in this case what we'll do is we'll just put a plain one on. And then we'll put a railing on the end. We could just do a little, like... Where's our railings? 5. There we are. Just put a railing on the end like that, so... Yep. So this works nicely. Yeah, because this, I mean, it's not functional block. It doesn't need to be visible from the ground. I mean, I don't know why I was trying to do that in the first place, so that was a bit silly. Here, we need one with a railing on the side. That way. And we need to continue that over here. I'm wondering if maybe that one actually... because I am quite keen on going with the small railing at some point, so... I want the one that sort of turns it into... yeah, that. Ah... which way have I put that? Oh, that's the wrong way around, isn't it? Yeah. Doors on that side. Fine, whatever. But this can't be here if I want to put a doorway on there. Aha, right, okay. Yeah, that doesn't work. So we're going to have to put an upside down one on here. And then figure out the railing situation in a minute. So let's get this the right way. Yeah. We're going to have to go upside down there. Just for that block. I mean, it's not a problem having the occasional upside down one. Don't think it's an issue. Hey, right. Let's try this whole door thing. If I actually... no, wait. Let's do this right. It's kind of Jeffrey's tube-ish, so we're going to go with the half sliding hatch door. Not that one. That one. The narrow door. Yeah. We could put it there, but I think we'll put it there. Let's see. Which way round does the thing go? Right, the door opening side is that side. Unless we turn it around there, then it's this side. But that side seems to work best. No, this way. I think we try to do it that way. Okay. So that would be not that block, but that way up. Yeah, we'll try that. Yeah. Okay. So it's that, which means I can lose that. Put our other door on. Which is the door opening bit? It's that way, isn't it? Need girders. Don't know if I can get back up there. We'll find out. I just made it really difficult to jump up there. Okay, we're gonna have to find another way up. Okay, that'll do. Right, so that looks like it perfectly fits. Good. Get rid of that for a minute. Now we just need an appropriate catwalk to go under here. So it can be... come on. A half. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to put a railing on that though. So that's going to be kind of a bit dangerous. I think here we put a full one on. I think here actually what we could do we go for a full one for this block. We could always put the railing on the outside for this. Okay. Oh, actually, no, that's the wrong block anyway. Right. I want the one without. Yeah, there we are. Okay. And then here I need to go the right way up again. And have the transition. I see that one, but I want the thing on the other side. Yeah. Like that. Ideally, I would have put that right there, but you can't have this and then that at the same time. It's a bit disappointing. Okay. Right, good. We'll put the railing on in a minute. Eventually, I think. Okay, good. And then here, I can put these on. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, and run these along the rest of here. So, right. So that's like kind of minimizes the amount of catwalk we're needing. I'm gonna have to put a railing on there, so can I just do it from here maybe? New construction components. Okay, it's a little out of alignment with the others, but it probably does work. So, that's a lot of catwalking. I'm not 100% certain yet. But like that. Or do we go full catwalk all the way across? It might be a little less untidy. It is a tricky one. We're kind of airlocked still. Right, we're going to see how we go with that. I mean, I might want to change that out. Possibly some of these out for... Or this part here for something less catwalky and a bit more solid. We'll come to that shortly. So, we'll figure it out. Next thing I think I want to do is build this wall up a little bit. So, let's just get a little height so I can see what I'm doing here. Solid block. Yeah, and then I need one of them, so that's number 6. Yeah. Nope. Okay, I need loads of steel plates. Yep. Okay, and I need a half block. Twice. Don't need to keep that open from too far down. Right. Now I have to do the same on the other side just simply because well, we don't automatically have symmetry because we're not in creative mode, so a bit problematic that. Yeah. Okay, we're sorting out that side later. Okay, so we got somewhere now. I'm really still not sure about this whole thing. I'm not sure. No, I don't like it. It's got a weird transition between these. They really haven't thought those things through very well when they designed this. Okay, so we take that out there. I think that block... doesn't need to be like that. I think we should be going for something more like that for this block here. In fact, we can leave that open like that and just do these all the way across. Maybe. I think that would work a little better, because then on top of these I could actually put something a bit more like Jeffrey's tube-ish. And it's more efficient on materials. Yeah. Now that feels better actually, because it already feels more sturdy. Still got like visible details and stuff everywhere. This side here, we're gonna have to figure out maintenance on this side at some point. It's low priority though, because we do have the other side. And as long as one of these sides is working, it's all good. Okay, that's that for now. Access to that's gonna have to be from the opposite side. So from up here. Now you notice here that now we've got a slightly better time of staying out of the way of that piston and this whole assembly here, so that's pretty good. So I don't really want to get anywhere near that if I can help it. This side here, I think we go with some kind of a passage. No, obviously not something like that because it cuts off that half, but something like that should be okay. What other halves have we got? Passage side wall, that works alright. No access to resources from this side, so let's go around. We're going to figure that out in a bit. Let's put everything back. Build plan's clear. Passageway. Yep. Wow. Yeah, they use up a lot. Okay. So we want to get just past where this piston is. So we need to go one more, I think. There. Now the other side, if I was to do that, you were going to end up too wide and we're going to end up really close to that piston there. So I am literally just going to... I'm gonna have to just do a plate. Or half blocks. Plate makes the most sense. We kind of want access... Oh, I haven't got steel plates. Weld these up. Still got that to pick up, right, and then plate to get, so... Okie dokie. Right. Not a lot of deep thinking at the moment. We're just literally going with the flow. Trying to put together some sort of a shape that we can then work with. As you'll notice, the method is build something that sort of works to start with. Get details correct later. Do we do it? I think maybe we try some interior blocks so we can get something a little bit more detailed in here. Something with lights on it. Those lights would be hidden if we did that. Actually, no, only one side of them would be hidden. I think that looks alright because it'll balance a bit. Okay, we need to get a bunch of interior block stuff. 2, 3, okay. What's in our inventory that's taking up so much room? Probably those 220 steel plate. Which we're probably going to need at some point. Okay, good. 7. Make sure we're the right way around. Okay, gotta weld that up before we get to it. Good. So this whole area here needs to be sort of bypassed completely. Okay. Keep our eyes open for any nasties. So they tend to come quite unannounced and very much out of the blue. Right, so that bypasses the piston on that side. This side, maybe we don't need to, because we've got this one passage. We could duplicate, but I would imagine that this is enough. Access to the piston to repair it if there's a problem, though. That's something that probably should be thought of. So I'm going to just jump over here. I'm going to take that one out. I'm going to put a door on, just so we've got the means to actually sort of come close to it at least. I think we'll go with that kind of door. No, actually we'll go with the inverted one. Need girder, of course I do. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid, take one of them, top up with a few of them, and see how we go with that. Right. Good. That sits in quite neatly. It should be completely airtight. Should really close that door. There we go. Right, so that will get us access to near the piston. I need some sort of a half block in there to grant me a bit closer access. So maybe we go for like some sort of a small railing thing. If I can get one. Actually, don't think we can actually place one in there. Can I get a half railing somewhere near there? Well, I need construction components to place them, but that's fine. That one ought to do quite well. And railings, yep. Right. Let's see what that looks like. So it's just about granting access to all areas at some point. So, let's see, can I place that? Yeah. It would appear... No, because these are all taking up parts of that space there, so I can't actually place the railing on the correct side. I can go upside down like that and just have a little bit sticking out. Should be enough to get us the edge a bit closer, that's fine. Yeah, that'll be alright. Okay. Right, so this is the passageway coming into here at a slightly higher level. I think we need to go one more further. Probably with something like that. If I went with that, then we've got suddenly a bunch of... Actually, no, that could work. Just got the warnings upside down though. So we go like that. Okay. More parts needed. And then we can start working on bringing some sort of cargo access in nearby. Right, so yeah, which side do we want to have facing forward? Maybe that. Yeah, that should be right. But if we do that there, we can't work all the way across the same material though, so it's just sort of going to end. Let's see, Pipeworks A takes up way too much space. It's like a whole block. Angular walls though, they're going to stay nicely out of the way. So I'll put that there. Yeah, that works quite well actually. 3. And then on that side we need to go back to something that works quite well with it. If I quite like that. Oh, that. Yeah. Like that. Full, I still... I'll just have to come back for them. Right. Bear in mind, like, this is the smallest part of the ship so far. It's like we're just about starting room 2. Got a long way to go. But as you start going out, it gets easier. As long as you don't sort of screw up the initial part. I don't need to do that. Works for the whole shape quite well. I think that needs to be on the other side as well. Doesn't work with just the one of them, so... Interesting, that takes up more resources than the other one. Right. Yeah, that works better. Right, so now... That's got to come out to a door here. And then follow into this room. It needs to be segregated by a door. That lot needs to come across with some sort of conveyoring. But can't get... Well, no, it can come as close as it wants to that piston. That's absolutely fine. I know we want that to come back up here, actually. But I want to reposition this. Do I want to put it there? Yeah, I can get up like that. This is fine. Right, so here, pipes. Now, it is going to be visible because of this little block. I need to find some way of sort of enclosing some of this space off a little bit. Just to make sure that it's not too dangerous to step out there, because if I fall into this space here, we could basically fall out of the ship. That makes this very dangerous. Not the ideal scenario to be stuck in, but we can work that out later when we know what space we've got. Pipes. Now I want nice pipes for this. I know it's not necessary, but it will be visible. The ceiling, by the way, for those that have mentioned, goes above this line. These pipes are all visible. They have to be, otherwise they're not repairable. So I can jump on top of that to finish that off. So we're just going to run that across to there. Both sides. Material plates needed. Now I need to get up to there, which I just tossed back my thing. It's getting daylight. Probably turn off my... Yeah, I could turn off my light. Now, at some point, maybe we want to come out to the side of there. But not here, because I think this needs to be completely cut off. Apart from visibility from there. This is the only reason why this is going to be an actual pipe. Visibility from that sort of repair access point here. In fact, that whole conveyor line... Sorry, not conveyor line. That whole ledge needs to go all the way across for the sake of repairing that pipe. Probably need to find a way around to there as well to repair this pipe, but we'll figure that out. So keep saying that, we will figure it out. That's basically what is going to happen. We're going to figure things out. And right, any more of anything else I've got? No. Okay. Up we go.
Energy low.
I know. These blocks are undecided on these ones. I mean, at the moment they're doing basically nothing. Oh, actually, not doing nothing. They're holding that on. Well, that one is. This one isn't. I think we need something a little bit prettier there. We're going to hold the thing on. We might as well make it look better. Something more like that. It's not going to get in the way there. Yeah, it's better. Seems to do the job much nicer. Okay, we've got to weld these up. I think we can quite cleanly just bob across here for a minute. Okay, take those. Get our energy first, before I forget again. Right. These, I might as well just weld up. Haven't got the materials for that. We're also going to need the materials to put some caps on the end of these here so that we can integrate it into a wall and have a proper output. So we'll take that for a minute and then we'll look for 2 of these. And a bunch more of these. Right. This side here, do we put some sort of an entrance way in? Oh, do you know what? I've been running around all the way down there. I've kind of now got access through here, but we don't have cargo up here, so... no, it's a moot point. There's no cargo access. It's nice to know that door works, though. And this one... Yeah, that's cool. Right, so... Let's start with this side, because when we close it off, we at least got that side to get out. So... That's so nice. Lovely. There's not really any reason to access any of this side from this side, so we don't really need to pretty it, so... We can kind of just block this in a bit. I need a lot more steel plate. Going this way because we need to be down to get to that. I'm full of junk again. Right. Yeah, we'll take another 2 of these. Right. There isn't really any reason to enclose that anymore, but think it might make sense to put something here just to provide an additional joining point for this. Although the ceiling will do that as well, so we don't need to worry about that. No, that's fine. Okay. Right, here. Do we go... Yeah, maybe we do. Then... At the top... Oh, I know why we got a bunch of junk in our stuff. It's because we took 2 of these. Yeah. More steel plates required. Let's see if I can at least get the thing on there. 9, 3. Bam. Yep. Okay, so just need a load of steel plate now. Let's go run through here. Jump off. I'll still have to come down back around the bottom, but... We are going to have to invent a way up here as well. Because at the moment this is isolated from all down there, apart from this weird ramping stuff that I'm doing. Welding as we go. Because no jetpack, gets a bit difficult later on. Right, so that is the point where we have to make some decisions. So what we're doing here, so for now I'm just going to put that there just so I can get round. So we've got access to inventory from there. We don't necessarily need it in this room here, but I was considering potentially putting a bunch of welders across these batteries. Sort of hidden, so there'll be a little thin ceiling above these, with the welders pointing straight down at that ceiling. If that's possible, at least from the point of view of somebody down there, the tops of these batteries can actually be visible from the welding room, but the welding room won't be human accessible, not entirely anyway, not at the dangerous end. We have to consider that, to say if you're down here walking around here and it's a dirty welder pointing at that battery, is it going to be dangerous? We might have to put sensors in to turn the welders off when there's a person present. If we go down that route, maybe we do. Maybe we don't, because enemies tend to like to attack welders. Could save us a bother trying to... Actually, no, yeah, we need to do it, because these will take an eternity to re-weld if they're damaged. Douche, okay. Plus also, keeping these like prepared, because like the initial bit that takes the damage is the steel plate, because it's the very top of the list of components on the right there. So if we can keep these fed with steel plate through welders, then unless they take a big enough hit, they're not likely to ever get to the point where they're losing the power cells, which are the bits that are non-replaceable. Or, well, they're replaceable, but they're expensive and heavy and take ages. You know what I mean. Right. Let's put a door in here before I keep waffling. Now, kind of need an airlock door actually, so maybe we actually need to lose... We might need to lose this corridor.
Inventory full.
Of course it is. That's unfortunate, but we can put the door on there in the meantime. So, 3. Not that kind of door. Sliding door? We could go old-fashioned sliding door. On both sides. Let's put one on the other side. Now, I know this is not a circular corridor, but it's not a main corridor at all. So I think that's how we're going to define things, like circular corridors for our main corridors. Our little crawlways and stuff, walkways like these, can be Can be rectangular. I wonder, do we... We could restrict this to being like just like a one-person width right across here if we wanted to, and get rid of these and turn them into half blocks. But that would mean we'd have to put ceilings on, which takes up the space above. No, we're not going to do that. Right, what have I got in my build planner? Nothing. Right, so 1, 2 of them needs to be in build planner. Nearly. Aha. Cheat code. What am I full of? Bunch of stuff I don't need for any of this. Right. Oh, we need more steel plates at least to rough things out with. Okay, that'll be enough stuff for now. Oh. Oh well. Okay, these ones start off closed. But see, this is where the inconsistencies are. Like, some doors start closed, some doors start open. You just don't know until you built it or remember from before. Right. I don't see a reason to continue that across there, and if we do, we can take that down afterwards. So for now, I'm going to do that. Right. Okay, we're starting to get some sort of height into this now. So we've got a lower deck, we've got middle utility space, access from there. Welders would take up this amount of space here. So that's going to be all of this if we're going to go down that route. Cargo across the top to feed the welders. Yeah. And we're going to have a deck above that, because this is bare bottom deck, so we're going to have a deck above that. When we get past these, like the batteries, we can open this back up to a larger deck again for maybe like tanks and stuff, fuel, what have you. So we can just open it back up to something massive, and this can give access to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, past the tanks into another room. So it's probably how that's going to go. If we decide to put another one of these in on the other side, we can do that later. It's not really a problem. Right. As for access to everything, at this point in time, well, if we're going to have welders across here, we're not going to want to be mucking around with getting down into this, but some of it will need to be accessible. Oof. Gonna have to consider that. So if we bring that out, let's see, welders, if we place one, we're not going to weld, grind that. So if we placed it on the middle here, it will catch that, it will catch that, and it will catch this. So we only need 1, 2 for good measure, 3, 4 on each side, so that's 8. It's probably just a dust storm. Is it just a dust storm? Oh, it's coming straight at me, I think. I can't tell. Right. So that's going to be these. Obviously going straight past the welder's pointy end is bad. But if we can stay up there, we should be fine. We should be able to access them. But because the first one's going to be here, we could probably also come across here to access the other side as well by hand. Yeah, that kind of works. So, first things first, we need a way up. So we need to do it from the other side. There needs to be some sort of a permanent way up to there. Possibly from outside this way, actually. Maybe we don't get up there from here. This is like the first place people come to. There's a way to the back of the ship, which we can keep locked if we want to. There's a way to get in and out of the ship. So you come here as you're a new person. There's all of this, which we can keep locked. You can go that way, you can go that way, you can go that way. You can go this way. I think here is where we probably want to be starting to think about how to get upstairs. Or we could do it from here. The sides have stairs up. One of those can lead up to this room. Weird weather. Okay. Okay. Which side do we go up from? Well, technically speaking, this is not... Well, it kind of... Yeah, it doesn't necessarily access a floor. It's kind of more of a crawl way. I think from here makes the most sense. So we are going to have to build out here. This shape's possibly temporary. I kind of don't want to end up building something that looks like a brick. But the overall shape of the ship is so small. Well, this part is so small. It's not going to have a massive impact. Right, so from here, if that continues around this way, well, it can't continue straight that way because I'm going to have to put some sort of a wall block in there. I think because we're in the bottom deck, we probably still need to be armouring here. It's a straight block. We'll sort out that missing block in a minute. So that comes flush with the top of that. So the top of that is where we probably want to have some sort of a doorway. At the back of this, probably want to put some stairs or a ladder leading up to the doorway. Airlocking it, it's probably just as important as airlocking here. I think that should be, yeah, quite a big deal. Because again, this room has the potential to expose to the outside. So an airlock's really important. So, one there and an airlock above it. So, for now I'm just going to do that. So the airlock, then the stairs coming up. So, maintenance access stairs. Gonna need heals by the end of this episode. Also going to need a way up, so temporarily, rather than just using the elevator. I'm going to just do that for a second, because I'm probably going to fall off again at some point soon. Right, so here I need stairs. We're going to use a janky type because it's that kind of space. Thinking that looks a bit too serious. That looks a bit better. Probably. Yeah, that should be alright. Well, obviously we're going to need floor there. Just are going to need it. Oh, might as well take that down actually. We'll grind the rest down in a minute. when we're next downstairs. So that comes up here, which then leads to what we're going to have to airlock. So janky doors again, because it's crawl space territory here. 1, 2. I have to remember to weld these this time. I'm notoriously bad at forgetting to weld stuff. Oh no, I'm good at forgetting to weld stuff. I'm bad at remembering. Probably shouldn't have done it in that order because I picked the resources in a different order. See what I mean? Right. Okay. So that just allows me to airlock, like continue keeping this space airlocked, because once this wall's complete and this room's isolated, any holes in this room need to be airlocked out. Even if this area is completely open to walk across and fall down and stuff, it would still need to be airlocked out. Not that this area should be sort of fall downable. It's not a word, but you know. In fact, on here, I think it would make sense to have some sort of yeah, some of these sorts of things. I kind of want something that's a bit more see-through though. Yeah, like that. Assuming you can still walk through there. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Need interior plate to place that. Let's weld the ones we've got. Uh-huh. Ship's starting to sort of get some volume now. Quite a lot of just random welding going on here. So yeah, that is okay. I feel like I'm sliding down those stairs. What have I got in my inventory now? Loads of large steel tubes.
Energy low.
Energy's low. Right, can't heal. Yeah, of course. Let's grab another one of these. Good. Right, so we're going to have to try and blend that into here. Doesn't need to be airlocked, this end, because we're still inside this room. We're airlocked there and everywhere else is going to be sealed off anyway, so we just need a good end to this bit of the corridor. Think maybe one with lights or something. That's a light one. Get rid of you. Yeah, feels a bit more inviting having a light at the end. Okay, cool. So this is our access tunnel. It doesn't exactly, well, kind of do have access to weld or to fix this from here. We could build in some access from the ceiling above as well. Failing all that, I mean, we can sort of cut through one of these to get access if need be as well. From here, well, potentially we could get on top of there as well. So if we really, really needed access, we could get on top of there. Yeah. Okay. Steel plates. For once, I don't actually have enough. Right. Okay, now we're starting to get enclosed. It's starting to feel a bit more like a room, a little less like a platform. Okay, so we come out through there. Okay, let's walk the situation here. So we come up here. We can go through here. We can see any damage. So we can identify what's wrong. Obviously one of these could be like a door to get access to there. I think maybe this one. So I feel like that one, again, access and everything is important. So start like that, and then we could put a door and a little ledge on here, possibly, or something. Certain areas of the ship are going to be even tighter than this, so we're probably going to need to put like actual like Jeffries tubes in. Well, they're not called Jeffries tubes on this, but sort of know what I mean. Right, is there a way I can put a door on the end of that? Or something, at least. Kind of want our favourite little, yeah, lab door. I need to go up. I could do this from down here. Probably. Let's see. Yeah. This is easier to place from the outside. Right. So that's open there, and that gets access to that. So you can just sort of hop out here and do the repairing. Can we hop back over? Yes, with a bit of encouragement. But it might be easier if I had a little bit of a lip or something to stand on here. So I'm wondering... Oh, we've taken up that space. We can't... Yeah, no, there's no way we can put anything else on there. So it's engineer access. It's not ideal access, but it's not meant to be. It will do. One of those situations where, I mean, you're not going to die if you fall down there, and it is just a step over and a step back in reality. In game world, we can't exactly just step that accurately, but you know, it's fine. Right, so it comes down here. We're going to find a way of closing that off. Comes around here. Here we have access to our little ledge, so we can repair this. We can repair that and the hinge. Access the top of that. Get onto the elevator if we have to. Repair all of this. A way across there would be nice to get to the other side. So, well, this is a problem. No, these, unfortunately, they're nice, but they don't work. We're going to have to... I'm just going to get some plates up on here. obviously I can't go full-size plates like that. But we do have some other shapes. Not quite like that. Do we have a decent corner piece? Maybe not. No, they're not quite right. Do you know what they could do? They could do like a right angle panel. Just like an L shape. Something so that we can join like this size block with one on the other side. I feel like these will work better than... for no reason, but like just... these look a little bit tidier. Right. Doesn't help me with getting across there though. I mean, that is kind of an issue. Yeah, that's a problem. Without going a full block there's no way I can sort of transition smoothly into another little half block ridge here, which is why we kind of need that sort of L shape so that we can go into there without, you know, leave that middle bit cut out. Okay, that area there, if it needs a repair, we can build across here at the time. So we reserve that opportunity to do that. Close this door. This, again, ideally this would be an airlock, but it's between two airlocks. So we could always, like, these will all be closed when we open that. It's not going to depressurize the whole base or anything. One of these floor pieces could be changed out for a vent if we needed to. Or even a ceiling piece, to be honest. If we really needed to, we could do something like that. Here... oops. We're kind of just at a loss right now. This is going to need to go sort of junction off that way and this way. This way. But yeah, I think that's something we might have to look at next time, because we're just about out of time this time. What's that? Drone repair facility? No, that's always been there. So, I think it's time to get ourselves repaired, healed up, back to home base. Let's have a quick peek at what we've just done. So we've corrected this. We've put a bit more of a permanent sort of looking path down there. Giving ourselves the means to get up. Airlock, corridor, access. Figure that out later. Corridor, airlock, access, airlock, and then we're going to do something with that. So all in all, I'd say that's quite a bit of progress this time. Ship's got some height now. Still another whole floor to go on top, at least. It's going to be big. Okay, and we're out of the ship. Jittery as hell, but it's not jerking. Let's have a look at this from the outside. Okay, starting to see some height there. And some height here. And that might be a good screenshot, maybe? Something like that. Oh, I said I was going to take all this down. They're not part of it. Right. Okay, back to home. So yeah, I hope you've got something out of this episode. It's been a little bit of a explorative building one. A little less of the structure, a little bit more of the let's try and see where these spaces go. But yeah, I think next time we're going to carry on and see how much further we can go with it before we need to start getting some structure back in. So have a fantastic weekend. Thank you very much for participating in this by commenting, liking, subscribing, hint hint, and we will catch you next time. Bye for now. That damn banging.